Hey, good morning, guys. So I was just thinking on my way to work this morning, and I want to just give you some information in case you're reading some of the same stuff I do. So I read Judy Byington's report pretty often, and reading it with a small mindset or even a big mindset, like I used to have, can scare you sometimes. And I wanted to explain to you that this world that we live in is a huge machine. Okay? Like the stock market, it is a huge machine. And once you crank it and you get it going, there's no one thing other than God that can make it stop turning. And I want you to reflect back on the COVID era and look how even when they told people to stay at home and couldn't go to work and all that, this world still kept turning. People still kept moving around. People still kept going. People still kept doing what they wanted to within reach. Now, so what I'm telling you, if you're reading a report and it's talking about 10 days of darkness and things shutting down and all this, ask yourself, with this many people in a world and in this machine turning like it does, what would be the possibility, even just in the United States itself, of it just coming to a screeching halt stop? Now, is there going to be interruptions, interferences, delays, hindrances, all of those things? Yes. But in my mind, I used to walk around waiting and expecting and thinking, okay, at any minute, things are about to completely stop for everyone, and they're just going to have to sit at home. Everyone in the whole world is going to have to sit at home for 10 days, and you won't be able to go anywhere or do anything. And as I prayed into those things, the Lord, started giving me revelation. You cannot stop something this big once it gets going by man, because people are going to go to work. Individual business owners are not going to stop just because government says so, unless they're forced to. You get what I'm saying? And very strong-willed driven people, or even rebellious people, don't heed warnings very quickly until they first see signs, fruit, or evidence thereof, especially after being tricked, duped, and crapped on like we have in the last 2 years. So I don't know why I felt led to tell you that this morning. Just don't use a small mindset like I have in the past. This machine is very hard to stop. That's why, like, even the stock market is so hard to collapse. It's so hard to shut down. It's so hard to even manipulate at times. So don't use a small mindset like I have in the past when you read things that might alarm you, frighten you, or make you think that things are going to come to a screeching halt. Because I'm telling you, only acts of God can do that, not acts of man. Man can try his hardest, just like he did during the pandemic stuff. But this world, I went to work every day during that. I made more money during that year than I'd ever made in the last 10 years. So, like I said, did it interfere and affect some people's lives? Yeah, but a lot of that is based on their own choices. The only way this thing can can stop you. The only way you can be stopped individually is through fear. But let me just tell you, on another note, if you're a tither, if you tithe weekly, 10% out of every check you get, every dime you get to a church of your choice, then nothing that affects the world is going to have any effect on you. Actually, you're going to prosper in those times. I've lived it, I've seen it, and I know it for a fact. You couldn't tell me any difference. When the world's looking ugly, you're going to look pretty. Because if you'll read the promises in Malachi concerning that, you would understand that clearly. A lot of people don't tithe because they don't understand the promises behind it, and they think it's Old Testament. Well, let me tell you, if Old Testament promises are not true and still work, if they're void and invalid, or valid, invalid, they're not good anymore, then let your life get in a bind, and you need a promise from God, and you don't care what part of the book or what chapter it's out of, and I promise you, it will work in your life right now. I pray this finds you well. I bless you. A lot of my problem back then was thinking with too small of a mindset. And that's why I love trucking, because it helps get your mind on a broader horizon, because you're traveling the world. So don't get stuck in a small city, town, county, state mindset. This is a big old machine, and only God can stop what He started. Y'all have a good day.